Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D and Double OT, Terrific Trav. How you fellas doing today?
Say it loud, say it proud.
Splendid.
Hey,
Splendid.
Trav,
Ready
you
to
over there
go.
talking like that, man. You reminded me of the Proud family, man.
Hey,
Louder and proud.
Remind you
Oh.
Nah, I can see Trav's kids running around like Penny, BB, and CC up there.
Oh,
And
stop.
I'm gonna start calling Trav Proud.
Oh,
Boy,
God.
Oscar Proud. But joining us today, now I'm really excited about this because when we first started Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, I remember me and Trav, we always wanted to have an interview with a couple, but it was just like at the time, like we were never able to find anybody. And I remember like we used to always say, like how awesome would it be if we could interview a couple, like if it was cosplayers, actors, just anybody. And your boy, I stay sliding in the DMs, and I contacted this person, and she was like, "Yo, I want to come on." And then she was just like, "Hey, my husband, he's a voice actor too. Do you want to interview him?" And I was just like, "Sure."
right.
And joining us today are voice actors. The first couple that we've had up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. This is Brenna Larsen and Mr. Andrew Russell. How you guys doing today?
Good. Yeah, thanks for having us. Oh,
God.
Hey.
Dang it.
No, you're welcome. And thank you, Brina, for so much for, responding back to me, because like I always say, you slide in the DMs, they're either going to say yes, no, or they're going to leave you on red. And I really appreciate you, responding
All
back.
the options right there.
That's the only options.
So, before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D, like you always say,
Other episodes of the podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you all for watching.
Damn, that was clean.
And listen,
that was nice. Hey, it was simple and
That was
clean.
nice.
I got one job. Like
you
Dr.
did it-
Strange
you
said.
did it perfectly.
Be careful when you put that finger up, D. 'Cause you already
You know what it means.
Yeah, you know what it means.
yeah.
I ain't trying to sacrifice myself yet. I still got some years
Snap
left.
the finger, man.
And Trav, your tip of the day.
Hey, man, we going to keep it classy. We going to keep it basic. Stay in school, kids.
Ooh,
That's good.
Ooh,
That's-
oldie but goodie.
That's deep.
Oldie but goodie.
That's
Yeah,
deep
that-
right
that
there.
is good.
That's right.
That is good.
Trav, you gonna come in with a Dare shirt next interview?
I was about to say the same
I
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I might.
Hey, if you could see Trav's profile picture on Facebook, like he looks like a lion in it, and I put like a GIF. I mean a GIF. I don't know why I said GIF, but I put a GIF of a
Like
lion
Zangief?
on. Yeah, I was thinking about Zangief. I mean, Trav does look like him too. He's just missing the mohawk. But so let's go ahead and get into this interview. So, something that we do here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, always ask, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So, Brina, I'll start with you first. What is your origin story?
Okay, well, I have to decide if I'm a hero or villain first, right?
Hey.
Just kidding. I'm a hero. Anyways, I started acting when I was 4. I was in my first professional musical, which was Music Man. Very small child. And then I did theater for a really long time. We both majored in musical theater in college. And my double major was theater education with an emphasis in directing. So I was kind of torn in both directions. So I'm glad you said stay in school, because I'm all about that school life. And so then we moved out here in 2015.
Yep.
And we both said, no more theater. We really want to do film and TV. We want to do voice acting. And then 3 months later, I went on a tour for theater. So then I did that for 3.5 years. So that theater thing didn't really work out, but
They pulled you back in.
They pulled you back in
it
just
always
when you thought you
does.
could leave. Thought you could get away.
yes.
It's just like, where did it bring you?
Yes, exactly. So I toured with Peppa Pig Live, the musical, as
Wow.
Peppa, little
Yeah.
pigs. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow,
Little
that's
baby
crazy.
mosh pits.
Oh my God, it's like as soon as you said that, I thought about like when kids get hyped when Baby Shark comes on. Like they go,
Hey, now what would happen if Kid Banks got hyped?
If Kid Banks got hyped,
hey, we know what would happen. Mama Banks come in there and do what?
She would have came in there with the belt. And she would snatch you right on.
Pig in a blanket.
Oh my God. Ain't no Peppa Pig tonight. No, that's the truth. Yeah, my mom, she would have snatched me up. It's like, see, my mom, she'll let me have fun, but she wouldn't let me have too much fun because
not too much fun.
Yeah, if I had too much fun,
like taking I would the car for a ride.
And my brother would just be sitting there laughing. Like, I'm sorry to interrupt the origin story, but I just remember because Trav said that. I remember one time, me and my brother both got in trouble, and my grandma she whooped me. And it told me to go sit in the living room. But then she gave my brother an ice cream bar. I was just like, we both got in trouble. Why? But yes, but go ahead and continue.
Siblings, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Well, you can have an ice cream bar anytime now. We can bring you some ice cream.
That. What type of ice cream bar?
What type of ice cream bar?
You know, Baskin Robbins has like the craziest flavors.
Yeah, we have a Baskin Robbins around the corner, and it's pretty dangerous.
Fruity Pebbles ice cream bar.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. When it's within walking distance, you're just always eating ice cream. You know what I mean?
Is it Baskin Robbins on its own, or is it with a Dunkin' Donuts?
No, it's just on its own.
Oh, I don't see that no more.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they stopped doing that, but I mean, you know, when you said it's dangerous, like, do you mean as soon as you take a bite out of it, it's like you explode and it's just like, like that was dangerously delicious.
High stakes ice cream. No, I mean, it's dangerous because we're always going there. It's like, we're like, want to take a walk to Baskin?
So that's why you're walking there.
I'll tell you, because I just went to New York a couple of weeks ago, and it's like, you can eat whatever you want because you walking everywhere. So it's just like, if you want to eat ice cream, if you want to eat pizza, you know, as long as you walking, you know, because I don't know if you guys know who General Aki is. You know, he has those videos on TikTok where it's like, you know, hook it up the Aki way. I went all the way to Brooklyn. I met him, and it was the best sandwich I ever had. And thankfully, I was walking the entire time, and then I went to the gym in Harlem afterwards. So
wow,
perfect.
Yeah, New York is like a different level of walking everywhere.
I'm sure.
It's amazing.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. But yes, continue your origin story. See, that's what we do up here. We snowball. I'm sorry.
That's good. No, I like it.
Thank you.
Yes. So Baby Mosh Pit, toured with Peppa Pig, and then I got. I met Debbie Derryberry, who is a good friend of ours. We sing in a country folk band with her. She was Jimmy Neutron, a bunch of million different characters, and she kind of helped me start my voiceover journey and helped me get into Care Bears as Cher Bear and Dibble. And from there it's just been, you know, one thing after another, a lot of voiceover, on camera work, and no theater as of late, but I'm pretty sure COVID has something to do with that. But yeah.
Sure. Hey, when Thanos snapped them fingers, he gonna call you right back.
Precisely.
No, that was an awesome origin story. So, you know, Brina, now that you've said yours, Andrew, let us hear your origin story.
That was pretty heroic.
Okay. Right. So I guess are you the villain?
You wearing all black, you gotta watch it.
Yes. I got the eyebrow. So I would say pretty villainous.
I would say I'm a villain.
So I actually started playing a lot of video games when I was in like 7th, 8th grade. And that concept of one day it just clicked that somebody was behind the microphone recording voiceover lines. So when I was in middle school, I started learning how to do voices and stuff. And then I got into high school. We did theater, yada, yada, yada. We went to school for theater. And then I kind of put voiceover on the back burners for a second because I got a little bite for the theater, for musical theater. So I kind of just started going, hey, maybe I want to do musical theater, or maybe I want to do that. So I kind of did that. We did some professional shows out of college for a little while. We moved to California. Again, we both were like, we're done with theater. And she booked that. And I was like, dang it, I guess I need to book something. So I got lucky and I booked a Broadway tour of Jersey Boys. It's It's a
Oh,
jukebox
man, I
musical.
love Jersey Boys.
Yeah, so good.
It was super fun. I toured that for a little over a year, and I actually did our rehearsals in New York for about a month, so I got to live there. So I know the pizza all too well. Just walking. I'm glad that I got to walk around.
All of our stories are about what we can
I lived
eat.
in Brooklyn with my friends. We just so much pizza. Anyways, after I got off tour, we both started kind of getting into the world. I kind of dabbled while I was on tour with voiceover, but it wasn't until I got back that I started taking workshops and getting into it. And I eventually met some people, some directors, and I got into Miraculous Ladybug, which is a really big animation. And
He's
that was
Luca,
like
the little heartthrob.
I'm the little heartthrob boy. I got that role because I could sing, and they thought maybe the character will sing eventually. So they're like, "Hey, let's just cast somebody who could sing." And then from there, kind of things started snowballing. I did a bunch of anime. I did a bunch of video games, and everything's just kind of started multiplying over the years. So it's been great. I've been having so much fun with it, and I wouldn't really trade anything.
It's the best
It's
job.
pretty great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I can play a villain and also a hero. So it's just like, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So both of you guys, like, y'all have known each other. Like, I mean, y'all went to the same high school together.
So okay, there's an origin story there.
A joint origin
I'm
story.
dying for it right now.
Yes.
Okay. Once upon a time,
There were two nerds.
two absolute geeks. I played drums. I was a drummer in marching band.
Yes, I was a clarinet player. Ultimate nerd.
Ultimate.
Mhm.
And one day, this sophomore, like, professional drummer
Totally
was
professional.
marching in marching band. I was marching backwards, and this is you can't even make this up. I ran into her with my drums because I played the quad drums, so they're the four drums.
Yeah,
This is a movie right now.
I know.
Yeah, this is a movie.
My drums are like, they're like
Right, yeah.
5 feet wide, like they're pretty big. So my drums, the side of it, as she was marching forward, I was marching backwards. I was way out of step. I was in my wrong spot. My drum hit her and like bruised her leg.
That's more dramatic.
It was
than
like,
what-
it was like,
I fell over.
Carried her to the nurse's office.
and you know what I did? Like, I looked back at her and I just looked into her eyes and I said, "Get out of my way, freshman! Get out of my way!"
Hey,
Watch
hey,
where you're walking.
no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like,
But yes, so we met in marching band, and then we also did Hello Dolly together, and we had to kiss each other.
hey.
Wasn't in the script, by
And
the
then-
way.
Unscripted
Give me
romance.
some milk.
It was consensual, by the way.
Right, yeah. Let's
She-
put
Good
that
to
out there.
clarify.
She came up with it. We agreed on it. It was a very
her idea.
respectful. It was her idea. I agreed to it.
Maybe we should kiss.
Sounds
I
like
was
a villain.
nervous. Actually, funny enough, on the opening night of the show, what happens is my character brought her up to the front of the stage, and I whipped her around and I dipped her down, and then I gave her a big kiss. And I was so nervous because I hadn't actually kissed her yet that I went in for the kiss like
Very aggressively.
so hard
Yeah.
that I
bruised your leg, is
straight
what
up.
you're saying.
I bruised
Well, he knocked
her
my
lip.
microphone off, and the cord wrapped around my legs.
This is incredible.
And she couldn't.
It was
She couldn't walk, and
crazy.
her microphone was off. She's like, I can't walk.
So he just picked
So I
me up.
picked her up and walked.
Nicely
This is
done.
amazing.
Yeah.
This
So
legitimately is a movie.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I hope everybody that's listening and watching right now, and I hope that y'all are taking notes.
There you go.
That's
I've
how
done
romance
Want a
starts.
girl beat her with
Marching
the drum
band.
set.
Oh, yeah, beat her with
Yeah.
a drum set.
Yeah, I bruised her leg. I bruised her lip on accident, and that's how true love is formed.
Yeah, it's
That's how
fine.
Luca would do it, damn it.
That's how it's done. Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh my God, no, that's an
I
awesome.
love that.
I love that
That's an amazing
we ended up.
story.
This is the first time in leveling up history that we had 3 origin stories. You know what I'm saying? And
The alternate
each
ending?
origin story,
Yeah.
like it was
Got
just like
better
it
and
was
better.
good, and then it kept growing. It kept getting better and better. And I think that's awesome how you guys met, and then it's just like y'all were in theater together, and then both of y'all eventually got into
Like Boy
voice
Meets
acting.
World.
Oh, it is like
Totally.
Boy Meets World. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. And then the roles that you guys have both done. Brina, I wanted to ask you this because when I was putting the slideshow together, I saw that you had a bunch of Disney cosplays that you had done, and I was just like, yo, like that's really awesome because I interview cosplayers. I have a segment on YouTube called "Who's That Cosplayer?" where
cool.
I interview cosplayers, and what I love when I'm putting the slideshow together is how like I just keep going down the timeline. I was just like, wow, like she's cosplayed as almost like every Disney princess. Like you even did Sophia the First, and I was just like, yo, like it's like you don't really see that all the time. So the next question I want to ask you is, why do you love Disney? Like when did the love for Disney begin?
I feel like every 90s baby, you get those VHS tapes and you're like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
So probably started way back when. All of the princess stuff is actually, I work for a company called Wishing Well Entertainment. And so we go to birthday parties and events and it's very cute. And the kids are just all dressed up and singing with us and stuff. So all of the costumes are actually belong to the company.
You guys, she was a princess at Kim Kardashian's. I'm just saying.
Well, that's crazy.
She's on.
It's true.
I mean, no, she wasn't.
That wasn't me. That was Alice.
Alice is on Kim Kardashian's Instagram.
It's true.
It's not. It's Alice. It's not anything to do with Brenna.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's amazing. She's
amazing.
She changes kids' lives. She's so like these kids love it. It's so
cute.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you already had the Peppa Pig mosh pits, and it's just like now you're
yeah.
I just think that that's awesome. I interviewed a cosplayer, and like she was doing something similar where she was going to children's birthday parties because she looks just like Elsa. And I mean, it's just like when you had just mentioned the company that you work for, I need to check with her to see if it was the same company. I don't know.
But that would be crazy.
It's a small world. I mean, you never know. But yeah, I mean, like I just think it's cool that you did this, and that's something that you still do. Now, I want to ask you, which Disney princess is your favorite?
Well, as far as birthday parties go, I tend to love Cinderella and Snow White because the kids that pick Cinderella or Snow White to come to their party are like innocent little angels. And they're always like, they're just so cute. But I think personality wise, I really like Moana. I like Mirabelle, who just came out with Encanto. She's amazing. And I probably relate to Princess Anna the most. Yeah.
Those are good choices.
What's your favorite princess?
Okay. Okay.
Or Disney character in general?
Okay. My favorite Disney character is just like how we started at the beginning of this interview, where I mentioned that my mom snatched me up. My favorite Disney character is Hercules because it's just like like I have this whole hero thing where it's just like like I said, I'm the number one hero and whatnot. And after I watched Hercules in theaters, I remember running out of the movie theater singing "I Can Go the Distance," and my mom right on.
She took you the distance, didn't she?
She took me the distance.
Don't take that literally, dude.
You can go this far.
You were like, I could go the distance, and she was like, okay.
And my brother was just sitting there laughing. It's crazy because it's just like every time I got my tail whooped, like he just sat there and laughed. So you're
like Scar and Mufasa.
I guess you can say
he's in the shadows just laughing.
So
he's in the shadows with his ice cream bar.
With his ice cream bar, just laughing. So definitely Hercules. Favorite Disney princess. That's a tough one. I mean, I really like Mulan, but it's like Mulan, she's not really a Disney princess.
Oh, I think so. Didn't she marry a prince?
Yeah. He was a high-ranking general.
That's true. That's it.
Well, technically, he would have been, because his dad was...
You know what? I take it back. I know. It's Princess Jasmine, because Aladdin is in my top 5. So, yeah, it's Princess Jasmine. Since we're here, Trav, who's your favorite Disney character, and who's your favorite Disney princess?
I don't know if I got a favorite Disney princess, to be honest with you, but
you party pooper.
Come on.
I've never put much thought into it.
A character popped into your head when the question was asked.
Yeah.
That's what I always say to people. Who popped in your head when he asked the question, Trav?
Yes, Trav.
About Disney Princess?
Yeah,
Princess Jasmine.
All right.
Princess Jasmine.
There you go.
I want to go on a magic carpet.
I'm gonna have a talk. Yeah. I'm gonna have a talk with you when we get off the.
Okay.
Who's your favorite?
He knows the all-time best Disney character of all time is Genie.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't talking about that Will Smith Genie.
Wait, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we're not talking. I'm surprised. Trav, I'm honestly surprised that you didn't say Max Goof since you love a Goofy movie so much.
Oh, that movie's so good.
I mean, your boy Jason Marsden, we interviewed him, and he wanted to sing with you, and you froze up.
Why we keep bringing this up, bro?
You bring up everything that happens, so of course I'm going to bring it up.
This is what they do, guys. This is what they do.
Remember that one time? You
froze, and I just say here.
Didn't somebody else want to sing with Trav too? And Trav, he froze up?
Yes, I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember who else it was.
We'll dig it up when we get off.
Yeah, we'll dig it up. But
all right, D, let's get on to you then. Let's go.
That's simple. Favorite Disney character is probably Aladdin of all time. I love his story. His origin is pretty cool. And then I would have said Genie. Genie's amazing. Robin Williams was amazing. But probably Moana. I like her. My daughter looks just like her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Very fun.
And
awesome.
You know, we can't move along without asking Andrew. Like, who's
your
favorite Disney character?
I was gonna get him earlier, but y'all started.
Your favorite Disney princess?
Okay, princess. I like Rapunzel.
Okay.
I think
good pick.
mainly because Rapunzel's far better of a movie than Frozen, but we can go with that.
Okay. Starting a war.
And a character. Honestly, growing up, this is such a cop out, but Robin Williams is Genie. Like,
it's hard to beat.
Yeah,
it changed everything.
He should have been illegal to pick, to be honest, because he kills a role. I mean,
Rest in peace to Robin Williams.
I know.
So many classic movies. I mean, like I could easily ask everybody what's their favorite Robin Williams movie, but we're interviewing you guys. But I've been asking a lot of questions. Who do I want to pass the ball to? Trav, D? Who wants the ball next?
Hey, Trav looks like he's got something for you.
All right, Trav,
Trav looks like he's got something tonight.
Bro, I'm ready to talk about musicals, man.
There you go, Trav.
We got a theater. I don't know what you call that. Degreer.
That's
that
perfect.
Major.
Major. There we go.
There it is.
Theater major.
I liked theater degreer though.
I do too.
It
sounded really cool.
Degreer. Sorry, everybody.
It sounds like we did it to the degree.
Yeah,
you did it on your own.
Take that, musical.
Yeah, you did. Trav.
So yeah, what we got? What's your favorite musicals?
Oh
wow. Well, okay, so I think growing up, there's a lot of really big popular musicals that were like Rent and Wicked, and there was Avenue Q, which is kind of absurd. It's like a bunch of puppets and they're very vulgar. It's like adult Sesame Street. It's kind of hilarious. But more modern stuff, I mean, I generally like musical theater in general that has a lot of like dramatic depth to it. I don't like the big showy sort of, traditional golden age sort of musicals as much as I do like the stuff that like the Next to Normals, The Last 5 Years, Dear Evan Hansen, these shows that Hamilton, yes, of course, like shows that kind of have a really strong message and a more modern approach to telling people's stories. And I think that's the most interesting thing about musical theater is that you can explore different people's stories from all different walks of life, and you can tell that story every night to new people. And I think it just kind of grasps at a whole new way of thinking. It's really cool. So yeah,
that was a beautiful answer.
Thank you.
I feel like you said all of my favorites too. I was just going,
Did y'all like the Dear Evan Hansen movie?
We haven't watched it yet. We're bad musical theater people.
I saw previews of it, and I get why they did it, but
I think, yeah.
You know, I think it's great. I think the thing that I think a lot of musical theater people need to really focus on in general is that any exposure to any type of musical theater is a good thing. So, you know,
easily
regardless
accessible to a whole group of people.
Yeah. Like, I mean, look at the success of Hamilton. Like the fact that they put it on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, like how many kids were going around? Like my niece, who was like 10 at the time, was like,
she knew every word.
I am Burr, sir. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, all right, you be Hamilton, I'll be Burr. I'm like, I don't know the Hamilton. She's like, fine, I'll be Hamilton.
Fine, I'll be everybody.
I'm like, she's like, I'll just do the whole show. I'm like, you're 10.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, kids will learn those. I mean, like looking at content, it's just like all the songs. Yeah, they'll learn them.
Yeah.
It just depends on what they're into at the time, and they'll just absorb it like a sponge.
I love that.
So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. I love when Hollywood picks up a musical and turns it like, I don't know if y'all saw the new West Side Story.
I was just thinking about that. We need to watch that one too.
we haven't gotten to see that.
But it looks so good.
Oh my God. Like, I'm a fan already of the original, but this one is just...
I've heard it's really good, man.
It's more than really good, bro. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
Oh, that's awesome.
God. Yeah.
That show in general too is so beautiful.
Yep.
I highly recommend if you guys ever go back to New York, check out Beetlejuice on Broadway. Like
I've heard great things.
It was so good. And like I just took a survey earlier today that they had sent me, and it was just like, well, what was your least favorite part of the musical? I said I didn't have any. Like it was good from start to finish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it follow the same storyline as the movie?
It doesn't. Like that's cool. That was the reason why I liked it, because I mean I don't know if I want to say anything or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so they changed the part where originally where Lydia and Beetlejuice, they end up working together, and then like they get rid of her parents out of the house and whatnot, and then her and Beetlejuice, they own the house now, and then like they're just scaring people, and I thought that was something that was different and unique. And then there's a part where Lydia and her dad, they end up going to is it the Netherworld? Yeah, they go to the Netherworld because Lydia, it's more of she's trying to reach her mother, and I thought that was really different and unique. But yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. I thought it was it's cool when movies or musicals, when they change up certain things so that way it makes it fresh. So yeah, I highly recommend it, and I think they're going to be doing it again in around Halloween. So I'm down to take another trip to New York.
Perfect time for it.
Cool.
Yeah, we need more of that. I need a Casper musical. You know what I mean? We need more of these.
That's not bad. I was thinking about. I was just like, why back in the 90s? Why was there never a Casper and Beetlejuice crossover? Because Lydia and I can't remember what was the girl's name in Casper. Cat. It's like, both of them lost their moms, what I'm saying? And then it's just like they were with their dads and they're moving to a new area and whatnot. Right. It's very similar. And then it's like Casper's the good ghost and then Beetlejuice is the bad ghost. I mean, it's perfect writing. Like they can even do that
perfect.
Now. Yeah. Hey, bring back
Who can we call?
So great.
Bring back Hilary Duff and have her be Wendy the Witch. You know what I'm saying?
You can throw Ghostbusters in the mix. That's who we gonna call.
Yes.
Ghostbusters.
All the ghosts.
Yeah, just like make it like a multiverse of.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what's in right now. All these multiverses.
Ghostiverse.
Yeah.
But Brina, Andrew, you answered the question. Brina, you can go ahead and answer. Like, what's your favorite?
Well, a lot of those similar ones, like Next to Normal, Hamilton, etc. And then I also really like Catch Me If You Can. I just saw Mean Girls a few years ago, and that was
the Mean Girls soundtrack really is so good. My God, it's so good.
Yes, I always think it's. Like you were saying, an original take on the show. If they're just going to take it and put it on there, it is just interesting to see all of the additional information they can add with songs. It's really cool.
Yep,
yeah,
100% agree.
Oh yeah.
All right, Trav, you ready to pass the ball to D?
Of course.
Yeah, hit me like Cora.
There you go, Cora.
You talking about Kuko?
Uh-huh. No Kuko. I told you I'm gonna talk to you when we get off the air. So hey, have your fun now.
D gonna take the belt off.
Oh Lord!
I see you got the Flash shirt on. He'll be over here in a
I'll
gym.
In a gym. Great word. Okay, guys. So Andrew, I gotta ask. You mentioned playing a lot of video games. What were some of the ones that you were into?
So when I was in 7th grade, I got introduced to. I played Counter-Strike 1.6. If you guys are familiar with Counter-Strike at all.
Say we ain't talking about that mobile Counter-Strike neither. We're talking about
we're talking about Counter-Strike. I played it, and it was so dated. I played before Steam existed. I played on this server they called them the WAN,
olden days.
the WAN servers, WAN. And you had to connect. It was really wonky. You know, you had 180 ping. You were like gold. You were like, yeah, I've got the best ping in this server. It was awful. So anyways, I played that, and then Steam came out. And then eventually I got into Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield Vietnam, the original one, Battlefield 1942. And then the game that that the voice acting clicked was Guild Wars 1. It's an MMORPG, and I started hearing, different voices and stuff, and I was like, what? But yeah, I played a bunch of those games, and then I played every MMO under the sun throughout high school. So you name it, I probably have a max level character in it, unfortunately, because I spent all my time doing that.
Yeah, doesn't matter what that.
Well, some of those MMOs died, unfortunately. They just. There's one called City of Heroes I played a lot.
I remember that. I never played it, but I do remember that game.
They in like 2008 or 9 or something, they literally blew up the city. It was like actually kind of tragic. Like they had like meteors. Like you could look up videos and people.
It is so crazy.
They're like sitting in the set and like there's meteors coming and then the server's just like offline. You're like, oh.
Wow.
But an epic ending, honestly.
Yeah, cool ending.
Pretty cool way to go out.
It's the ending we should have got in Armageddon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
City of Heroes Armageddon mashup.
I want to piggyback off of that because, Andrew, you did some voiceover work in Resident Evil Village. Like, how was it being a part of that? Like,
oh man.
Yeah, go ahead.
In any game you do, they're always different. So, it's always an interesting time going to the booth. You never know what you're going to expect. And for Resident Evil, I showed up and didn't really know what I was doing because they're so like, yeah, you're doing a game today. I'm like, cool. You show up and you don't know. And even then, I had 9 people on this phone call. I'm in a booth and there's a director and, they're like, I don't really hear what they're saying because they're basically, they're in a different country. And basically they strap, this one was really unique. And I knew it was something pretty cool and big because this doesn't always happen. They have a microphone normally right in front of you. And that's pretty much what you use. But this one had a microphone here. There's a microphone far there. There's a microphone behind me. And then I had to put on a cap, like a almost like a motion capture hat, and it had some microphones attached to the top because they needed to record so many different angles and perspectives and all these different things just because the player is going to be moving around. Right. And
you spend a lot of time looking for people. That's what I thought of when you said that.
So because of that, because you spend a lot of time looking for people, specifically the character I played was this he's like one of the villains you fight. He's like he's got this big drill. Yeah, it's like a cyborg drill guy, and there's a lot of yelling and screaming and grunting, and like I had to die so many different ways, and I had to like I had to be electrocuted and caught on fire, and I had to have my throat cut out and all this stuff. I'd be thrown out of a building while on fire, and then I land in a pile of water and then drown. Like it's like, what the heck is happening? There's so many different things. It was just 2 hours of that, two straight hours for the session of just like being a howler, like this crazy. So, but I had no idea what I was, and then like a year later, my IMDb is like I'm like, oh, that's what that was.
That's crazy.
That's pretty funny.
So
yeah, some of that looking for me, I'm over here. Some of that stuff. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it is also, and since we're still talking about video game, D, he's our resident video game player when it comes to one of his favorites, Genshin Impact. Yeah. So D, I'll pass the ball back to you.
Just to be a part of that project and to see the way that it's turned, thoughts on it? Have you? It's kind of funny. I guess is that considered an MMO or just an open world?
Yeah, it's an open world. I would say it's an open world RPG more than an MMO because it's not really. Yeah. It just being a part of that world in general is amazing. We have a few friends that are the main characters in it, and it's just cool to hear them talk about it. And then I was fortunate enough to have a few sessions in it. I'm a bunch of characters all over the place, but my main character is his name is Yosurf, which I think is hilarious. But it's kind of so it's like a surreal experience because I actually was playing the game and enjoying it, and then.
And Andrew streams too.
Yeah.
So he was able to stream with that character, which is cool.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
When I first started playing the game, I was streaming actually, and I came across this book in the game, and it was in the snow. I forgot.
Dragon's Fire.
Yes, Dragon's Spine. And I came up to this book, and it was a journal, and it was this kid who had lost his dad. Mm-hmm. And I, just for fun, I just started reading it because, I was reading it as his dad.
Yeah.
Just joking around I'm so lost around here. I don't know what's going on. I was just making up a fun voice. And then I was I was putting that into the universe because 2 months later, I got the call from them being like, hey, we want you to come in.
That's awesome.
And I was like, great.
Played that down.
But I didn't find out until I was in the session, and I did a few characters, and they're like, okay, this is going to be your main guy. His name's Yosurf. Basically, he's this guy that got lost in the mountains, and his son has been looking for him, and it's this big thing, and I was just like...
Wait a second. I know
That's
his
so
son.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was really wild.
Random.
That's a wild story.
Yeah.
Put it in the ether, as they say.
That's right. Manifestation.
That's what happened when we interviewed Anjali, and they were talking about how they loved watching the Avatar, the Last Airbender when they were a kid. And the new series is coming out and whatnot, so they put it in the ether. I always feel like when people come up here on our podcast, they'll talk about something because Kira Buckland, when I had asked her about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because she always wanted to voice Jolene Cujo, and she talked about if she did get the opportunity to do it, that would be magnificent thing because it's something that she always wanted to do. And then lo and behold, part 6 comes out, and she's voicing Kira Buckland, not voicing Kira Buckland,
as herself.
Yeah, she's voicing pretty much, because she literally dresses like Jolene and has the hair and everything. And it's I know Trav and D, because I see D's face right now. Because I mentioned JoJo's.
What are we doing?
Because he knows. Because I mentioned JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Buckle up, Trav.
It's on your screen.
Buckle up.
There it is. And that was a JoJo reference. Andrew, one of the cool things about doing the podcast is interviewing so many voice actors. Now, part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is my favorite part, and you were on part 4, and we've interviewed a lot of voice actors who were on part 4. Like I just mentioned, Kara Buckland, Jason Manoka. We've interviewed so many. So I wanted to ask you, how was it being a part of that universe?
Dude, that was wild. It was another one of those experiences where you didn't really get what you were getting into, because you watch that show and it's intense, and you get into it's bizarre, and you get into the booth and it's even more intense. It's awesome. I didn't begin to grasp at how much that Red Hot Chili Pepper was going to be in but gosh, the second I got in there and like we were finding the character's voice and taking inspiration from the Japanese, and basically the director was like, I want this to kind of have like he's constantly on like in like a rock and roll show. Yeah, so like, there's lots of, so almost the entire session, every single time I went in, I think, I don't know, I did it over a month or so, or two maybe. Every time I went in, it was like I was almost singing a rock song the whole time, because he's just like yelling almost the whole time. And it's funny because I would do it and then he'd be like, more. go even more. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I don't want to overdo it, but he's like, yeah, that's what this show is. It's like intense, and that's why people love it. So, gosh, it was so fun. And to this day, it still is one of my favorite animes that I got to be a part of, because it's just, he's such a crazy character. He's insane, and I love it.
And then you got to come back and voice him when they had did the Dust Spoke Rohan special that came out on Netflix.
A good one.
It's like, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything, because I know how NDAs work and whatnot, but I know that they announced that they're re-releasing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Royal. Now, I never played the original game, but I believe in the original game it wasn't dubbed; it was only subbed. Now, if you even know, like, are you gonna be doing any dub work for that game? Because I read somewhere online that they said that they're getting the voice actors to, the English voice actors to dub the characters, and the game's supposed to be coming out sometime in the fall. So, so by your reaction, that means that you do not know.
I do not know. But here's the thing: is sometimes with those things, you'll record a week before, sometimes it's like I don't even know, like it's
there's so much pre-production and like a lot of animations and video games that sometimes we don't hear about things until it's already rolling, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean,
there's been a few games where like I recorded like a character in a game for PlayStation 5, but I recorded this like year and a half ago, 2 years ago now, and I still haven't seen it. But then another game that I'm working on, I recorded something and literally the next week it was out. You know what I mean? So it's like
just depends on where you are in the process.
Yeah.
Top secret.
So
secrets.
Yeah.
Trav, did you have a question? If not, then I had one I was going to ask.
No, I wanted to take it back to the JoJo thing for a second. Are y'all into rock music at all? Because I know that show revolves so much around his influence of his love for rock music. That's if I could say one thing about JoJo, I've always loved the name of characters and all the different bands and stuff. So that's something y'all you see your boy rocking the Papa Roach shirt, so I'd be rocking
Trav.
Out.
Of course, I think that my entire musical theater upbringing was all based around rock. Those were all the roles. So like any sort of rock musicals, I always that was like what I gravitated to, and those were always the songs that I auditioned with. So, and including Jersey Boys, even though that's a little bit older classic rock, but it's still it's like embedded.
That's
I
like your sweet spot vocally.
Yeah, vocally. What about you?
I like rock music. My sweet spot vocally is more Peppa Pig than it is rock music.
Baby
Peppa.
My sweet spot is more children's pop music.
Hey,
but
so you can listen to that Kids Bop.
I don't know that I listen to that, but
ain't nothing the matter with Disney music. We all know that. I'm not saying that, man.
Yeah.
Car windows be up.
Nah. Bro, I'll be in my work truck driving around blasting Four Town. Like, I don't.
Sometimes he'll call me when we're working and he'll be singing, and I'll ask him, "How can I help you, sir?" What did you call to say?
It's like, bro, like I want you to hear my beautiful voice. To
does it almost every day.
That's very generous.
Yeah, it's like I love to. I can't do it to my tag partner because he'll just hang up and like he'll be like, "What do you want?" So it's like at at least D says like, "How can I help you today?" Like, but Trav partner's just like, "What do you want?" And so,
and he don't call me, so
well, I do call Trav, but Trav
he's in the sanctuary. He be in the sanctuary.
Trav don't pick up. Like Trav, I'll call Trav. Trav will send me a text, be like, "Yeah, what's up?"
You know this true.
Yeah. And then it's like, then I'll send Trav a voice message, and Trav be like, "Why is this man messaging me?"
I do feel like that. I'm like,
Trav be like, "Why can't he
I gotta
just
listen to this voice message?"
Yeah, why I gotta listen to? And it's crazy because on Messenger now. Originally, you could only send like a 1 minute message, and it's just like now,
bro, this
like
you 3.5 minutes, the whole convo.
Yeah, you can have. What was crazy because one of my friends, like, she sent me a 12-minute message. I was like you could just call my phone. Like, and like she'll be like, "I know that you're not going to listen to the entire time." I was just like, "No, I'm going to listen to it." It's just, I wasn't expecting it to be 12 minutes long. I sent you a 8-minute message. I wasn't expecting you to go longer.
Oh, she one upped you.
Yeah, she one up. She leveled up. But now, Brina, I wanted to ask you because we talked about Disney early and whatnot, and you were in 2 shows that took place in Galaxy Far Away. And that was, okay. Yeah, you like that. You like that. And that was, The Mandalorian, which we love here on the channel. And then,
Mandalorian 2.5.
Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah, because we just won't talk about the first half. We'll just talk about the second.
You know how it goes.
I knew I like it because this guy Trav was talking about Boba Fett was awesome, and we was just
I liked it There was one part where I thought they were gonna pod race, and I almost threw my. I was so excited.
Right.
I lost my brain.
Yeah.
That was Anakin's old pod racer.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I thought so too, but they tricked us yet again.
Yeah, they wanted to take you.
Before we move
tricky
on,
folks.
Andrew, you do kind of look like Anakin right now.
Right.
It also remind me
eyebrows.
It also reminds me of Sebastian Shaw a little bit too.
Yeah,
I
see it.
Got that Bucky look.
I get that Bucky. I get that Bucky look. Yeah.
I believe that.
I'm a little sad.
The movie Fresh on Hulu.
Ooh,
Fresh isn't bad. It was kind of trippy.
Oh, Fresh is awesome.
Yeah, that's a crazy movie. Y'all should.
Yeah, Fresh was awesome.
I'll ask about that stuff later.
But Brenda, like, how was it, being a part of those series and working on those shows? I mean, those are 2 big shows on Disney Plus.
Yes, it was pretty amazing. Honestly, our friend was one of the lead makeup artists on that show, and he said, "Hey, do you want to come be an alien?" And I was like, "Yes, I would like to come be an alien." And so it was like teeny tiny background part, but some creature work. It was amazing, but it really cool to just say that I was an alien.
I mean,
you're part of Star Wars.
She spent weeks. So she spent weeks on set and like.
Oh yeah, you're multiple episodes. I know she downplayed it just.
Yeah, she tried to downplay.
She's just like, I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, like you got to take into account the screen time, maybe 10-30 seconds of screen time. That's a long time of shooting.
Cool,
so
though.
she got to spend a lot of time out there.
Yes, my little
How much time
alien
in the chair though? Getting ready.
Actually, the aliens that I was, they are just masks, and so they're from they send them over from the UK. It's Legacy. Legacy is the company that makes them all.
Did all the Lord of the Rings stuff?
They did.
Probably they do everything.
They're so good.
Yeah.
So
sounds
good.
familiar, Trav.
Really amazing. And so, it was just like a little foam mask.
Fun fact, you can actually go on to Disney Plus's behind the scenes of Mando, right?
Yes.
Season 2.
Yes.
And
Are you up there?
Yes,
there's a
I'm
moment
like holding my little face in my hand.
Yeah. It like they're like talking about the creatures and all the people who work there, and they're inside this big like wrestling arena sort of thing, and it quickly pans over and she's just like talking to a friend, but she has the aliens,
my little alien baby.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's really cool.
It's very fun.
Like I had like a Shake Shack, and I was like, "Whoa, that's you!"
And also in the scenes, one of the scenes that I was in, Baby Yoda was right in front of me, and I was screaming internally. I was like, "My friend!"
Did you give him some chicken nuggets?
Yes. I'm like, here's some little frogs, buddy.
Was he as like cool in person as he is on the thing?
Yes, it is. It looks so real, and there's a puppeteer off to the side controlling him. So he just looks very real, and his little eyes are moving all over. Cool. And I was like, wanted to kiss him.
Yeah, you should have just picked him up. It's like, I'm the mama now.
Yes, just a quick little kiss.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's super awesome being able to work on Star Wars, and then
just to be a part of it.
I don't want you to say anything, NDAs and everything, but season 3 is coming, and hopefully we'll hear your voice up there.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you behind Baby Yoda once again.
And if they need
Yoda right on up.
If they need an Anakin, I guess.
That's right.
Hey, I mean,
that's true.
The Obi-Wan is coming back up. So
you never know.
So I wanted to also ask you, because earlier you had mentioned Care Bears.
Yeah.
I just know when I was a kid, like I used to love the Care Bear show. Like, it's of course it's something that I grew out of, when I got older. But I know Trav and Dee.
Yeah, I felt that too right there.
Mean, it's just one of those. I mean, like
you didn't have to say, of course, at the beginning,
But I mean, it's one of those things. Like I loved it when I was a kid because I just loved, like the music and how they had the shapes on their bellies and whatnot. I think I kind of grew out of it because my mom never got me a Care Bear when I was younger. You know what I'm saying?
Blaming your mom.
I used to watch that movie all.
Yeah, the movie was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know Trav and Dee. Y'all have kids, and Trav he has 2 daughters, and I know he watches a lot of that stuff with his daughter. So like how was it like joining the Care Bears and like being a part of this franchise that has been around for so long?
Yeah, it was really, really cool, especially since it was one of the first voiceover jobs that I had gotten. I felt very, very lucky. My sister and I also grew up with Care Bears. We loved Care Bears. My Little Pony were like our jam. And so especially Cher Bear, I think she was definitely one of our favorites growing up. So felt very lucky, and it's always good to be part of shows that I think really put out a positive message of just being kind to each other and supporting your friends. And I always feel good putting that message out into the world.
Hell yeah!
You look like it.
you're able to touch a lot.
Yeah, it's like I feel the positive energy coming from the both of you guys, and like that's something that we love up here. Like this interview, it's been fun from beginning to end, man. And we really
likewise. You all three are awesome.
We appreciate both of y'all joining us. I mean, like I feel like for our first couple that we've had up here, Trav, D, would you say that it
was spectacular?
Yeah.
Good.
You need to come back and do like a newlywed dating game. See how well y'all know each other.
Trav?
Challenge accepted.
Right.
I was a part of the newlywed dating game, and it was me and the girls' first time ever meeting each other, and we won. Or we were winning. But then we ended up starting.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You remember? Trav? The couples in the room was getting a little salty.
This man beat real couples.
Oh my God.
It was wild. Yeah, it was
That's
first
amazing.
time meeting the girl. First time meeting her, and we were getting it right. I mean,
wow.
Some people like to call me Professor X because I am a mind reader.
Wheels.
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 But now we've asked you questions about favorite musicals and stuff like that, and voice acting. And so Andrew, I want to start with you first. Like, what are some of your hobbies that you're into and you're not behind the microphone? I heard earlier that you have a Twitch, you like to stream. So what are some of your hobbies that you're into?
Well, I'm a huge gamer. I always have been, obviously. I stream both as myself and as a robot.
The cutest, tiniest baby robot you've ever seen. He's family friendly and so cute.
Yeah, so I noticed during COVID, I noticed there was a huge wave of this virtual VTubers, what they're called, which is hilarious. I love it. And I noticed there was a huge wave in particular of VTubers that were kind of more geared towards adults, and not very much geared towards everybody. So I was like, well, what if I made something that kind of works for everybody? Because, I think the world needs something like that. So I kind of came up
so cute.
Came up with this little robot. His name's Iotis. Iotis.
Iotis. I like
it. It stands for I and then online Twitch interactive system.
He's so cute.
That is
clever.
Yeah, I love
it's
that.
like Rob's
That's so
clever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So he actually, the name came from an elevator. I was in an elevator, and and the elevator says Otis. So I was like, that's fun. But yeah, so I came up with Iotis, and it's been great. And he's a Twitch partner, and he plays Fortnite, and he has a big TikTok, and he's just a happy little robot. But that's pretty much consumes my time. That video gaming, voice acting, and then photography. I'm a big photographer as well.
I've seen the photos.
I love it.
Those are some really nice shots.
Thank you.
Nice shots.
Oh,
and we can talk about the that cuckoo basketball D.
Hey, take it easy.
It's like, man, hey, he gonna run over there, Trav.
Hey, in a flash.
He's gonna see you Saturday.
I'm more so joking on myself than anything, since I butchered the name so bad. You know,
hey, it's a good recovery, Trav.
Trav, he don't see you on Saturday, man.
I'll see him, but he won't see me.
That's right.
You see that red X walk into the con and just be staring at you.
I know what time it is.
Yeah, D asked me earlier. He said, so we're gonna be at the con. You gonna have Jotaro, Red X, and Trav. I said, yeah. And I saw you. And somebody gonna be like, "Who are you?" I'm Trav. That's all it is.
or Diebeard. One of the two.
I'm gonna be like the homie from Hocus Pocus. He's a little leaguer.
Oh, God. This guy. But Brina, what are some of your hobbies that you're into when you're not behind the mic?
Well, I like to do crafts and play with our little dog named Oreo.
Hey, does he look like an Oreo?
Oh, let me go get it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be right back. She's right there.
Yeah. Hey, because we love having pet cameos up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
That's what I specialize in with my evil cat.
She needs to be on camera.
I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry, Oreo. How you doing?
Look at him. Or her.
Her, yeah.
Or girl.
Yes, she's a girl.
Look at her.
She's just
like,
a
I'm
baby,
one of those type
though.
of people that always, like, when I see a dog, I just automatically say he. So I'm sorry, Oreo.
That's okay. I don't think she cares.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, she's looking at me right now. She's just like, look here, Benjamin Banks.
Listen here, boy.
Thank God, Banks be doing other things with dogs too. So
just take it easy, Trav. This is a PG podcast.
I was like, wait, take it easy, Trav. Take a hard left. I didn't know what happened.
But she looks adorable though.
She's
so peaceful.
A real baby.
How old?
Well, she's almost 5, so not really a baby, but she acts like a baby.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So
Baby
peaceful.
Oreo.
Yes.
it kind of looks like Bolt a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, good movie.
Like, yeah, when are you guys gonna take me?
Now this is Oreo's interview.
When are you gonna take me to Baskin Robbins?
Oreo, what's your
Oreo.
origin story?
Yeah, I was about to say, Trav. What's your
what's your origin story?
Are we gonna make it 4? Let's do it.
Origin stories.
Oreo would just be barking and the subtitles would come up. Okay. Right.
Well,
I mean, we got
be
2
the
voice
best.
actors. I mean,
True.
we can dub it, Homeward Bound style.
Hey, totally.
Homeward Bound.
Homework.
Another classic.
But yeah, have y'all
so
had her
good.
since she was
So
a puppy,
good.
or?
Yeah, we got her when she was only 7 weeks old, so she was like 2.5
Itty
pounds,
bitty.
maybe this big. Yeah, teeny tiny little squirt.
Oh, the Oreo.
Yeah.
So so you say you like you love taking care of Oreo, walking her around and everything. What are some of your other hobbies? Crafts? What else are you into?
I like reading, and I do some painting and decorating our house.
that's all good
That's
stuff.
always good.
Yeah.
Andrew's just like, say it.
She does all the things.
Oh man, no, that's awesome, man. So we're here at the end of the interview, and every interview, D, he always has his famous questions that he loves to ask. So D, I'm passing you the ball for the final time.
All right, you guys.
I see you rubbing those hands together like birds.
Porco, man.
He's ready.
So, growing up, both of you, this is for both of you. Growing up, was there anything that spooked you, scared you, and stayed with you? Whether it was a horror movie, a creepy song, a weird doll, what you got?
When I was, I don't even know, 6, my parents would take me to my grandparents' house, which was like mystical, far away. Really, it was just one state over. Like it was like a 5-hour drive. It wasn't bad. But I was like, we're on a different planet. And when we were there, we would stay in their like guest room.
Right.
Or I would. They would let me stay in the guest room. So I'd sleep in there either, if my siblings were there, we'd stay in there together, or I'd stay in there by myself. And my grandma was this avid collector of clown porcelain dolls.
Yeah, that's creepy already.
Just like
Annabelle.
Dude, there was like 50 of these dolls on the wall, and I would wake up and they were in a spot where moonlight would come in, and those houses where the moonlight would light up the whole room.
Right.
And like I wake up and there's these dolls just like, and I'm like, I can't. So for the longest time, I was scared of clowns for a long time. But there was one when I was like 7 or 8. I was dressed up as like something fun for Halloween with my family. I think I was a cookie. I was like 6 years old. I was like a cookie, and my uncle comes in.
Oreo.
Yeah, I was an origin story. I was dressed up like a cookie, and my uncle comes in dressed as a clown.
Oh no!
And speaking of bolt, I bolted out of there. Like my mom had to
snatch you up.
Well, I was like almost halfway in the street by the time she caught me. Fortunately, there was no cars or anything, but I was terrified. So I grew up a lot of scared of clowns.
I know we're close to the end, but can you also tell the Santa you on the escalator?
Me on the...
I'll just tell it.
Oh.
Andrew's mom has told me this enough.
He was trying not to tell that story.
Andrew's history as much as he does. When Andrew was little, he was very afraid of all costumed characters. And they went to the mall one time. It was around Christmas. Santa was upstairs at the top of the escalator. They start going up the escalator, him and his mom and his siblings. And all of a sudden, she turns around and Andrew is running down the escalator. You were like, what, 4? Mm-hmm. He was like 4 years old, running down the escalator out the door because he saw Santa.
Yeah, Christmas story, Santa.
I was going to say, it's like when Charles Finster showed up for the Rugrats dressed as Santa, and the Rugrats wanted no part of it.
0.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I also scare Andrew just turning around the corner, so pretty easy to scare.
I love those kind of people. Pop anytime.
Andrew, I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, you did hit her with a drum, so
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She does owe you a lifetime of torment.
Yes.
All right, so same question for you.
Okay.
Madam.
I was thinking the whole time that you were talking. I don't get scared very easily. And I don't get embarrassed very easily because I have nightmares every single night. I think that's why I'm like happy in real life, because I'm like, thank God that's not happening.
Yes, I'm awake again.
Yes. So most of my like scared stories are not fun. They're like real people in my dreams are scary. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything like fun to talk about.
Well, was there one in particular that stuck with you for years, or have you always been like that? Wait,
yeah, I've always had nightmares. I don't know if I've ever had like good dreams where I'm like, oh, that was peaceful. I'm always like, oh, thank God. There was one that I had recurring when I was little, that I was standing in my dining room, and I was trying to get to my dad, and I couldn't, and I knew that there was a kidnapper behind me. This is so dark. And I couldn't get to him, and it was just like me constantly trying to like yell for him and get to him.
Right.
So now here's me almost every morning eating cereal, being like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, guess what happened in my dream?
She's like, what happened to you? I'm like,
there was a tornado, and then all my family died, and then
she's like, what happened in your dream? I'm like, I don't remember. I'm gonna play video games.
Yeah, like that's how it be. I mean, I feel like when you're a kid, like you have those type of dreams, but Brina, like, to still be having those as an adult, like I can. And I still
sleepwalk like a crazy person.
Wow. That stuff is scary.
It is scary. Like,
I'm sorry you live with me.
I remember he was part of a Resident Evil.
When I was a kid, my grandma, she had like one of those, like, you know, those old heaters where they got really, really hot. You know, I feel like I would only
and they're like loud and creaky.
Yeah, I feel like
scary.
You only saw these type of heaters like in your grandparents or older people's house. And you could see the fire inside of the heater. And my brother, he used to sleepwalk when he was a kid. And I remember one night, like, he just got out of bed and like he was just walking towards the heater. And my grandma stopped him, and I was just
gosh.
Yeah, that is scary. He could have crawled in or something.
Yeah. You know me? How he would laugh at me when I was in my
childhood. That's a little dark. You sound like a Disney villain, brother. No.
That's like the heater in Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
That thing was scary. That was my scary thing.
See, I was thinking Home Alone too, because they show like the heater in Home Alone.
Yeah. So, question: y'all have we have multiple people who experience it. Is there ever a time, Andrew? Do you just turn around like in a Looney Tune cartoon, and she just starts walking back to bed?
Yeah.
You just like spin her on one way, start walking back to bed, get back in.
Listen, we've tried everything, and the thing with her is she's not like. She's only done a few creepy, like she's standing there, like, you know, but. Right.
Usually I'm trying to save Oreo from something.
Or I
like pick her up and I'm like, there's spiders on the bed.
There's spiders on her bed. I'm like,
and Oreo's just like,
nice.
And the dog's like,
Scarecrow came and got you.
But the thing about her is she's fully, like, she might be sleeping right now. Like, she's fully.
Damn. So, we gotta talk
to me.
He's
like,
living in Silent Hill, y'all.
Yeah. I'm like, there's times where I'm like, you're sleeping right now, aren't you? You're asleep right now. And she's like, no, I'm not asleep.
We have full conversations.
I'll have like a full conversation with her, and I'll ask her, you know, sometimes I'll ask her, be like, say anti-disestablishmentarianism. She's like, anti-disestablishmentarianism.
I need proof, and I need proof now.
Yeah. I'm over here. Where are you? I'm here.
Exactly. And then like 5 minutes later, or 5 minutes later, we're in the middle of a conversation, and she's like,
huh?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Did we really do an interview yesterday, or like?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, "Who was that?"
Yeah, it's just like I just remember we were all on Zoom and we were talking to these three guys, and then all of a sudden they burst into flames.
I threw them in the heater.
That sounds like an accurate dream I would have.
My favorite is we have to save Benjamin. He's hanging from a window.
What?
Oh my god!
This was great.
This was great.
D, now you gotta ask the other one.
Oh, geez, man!
Yeah, we were talking about
the snowballing. Yeah. Okay, that was actually my second question. But we're gonna go in reverse tonight. So, second question: favorite '80s or '90s movie, or both? Y'all can answer it together if you have a favorite one that you like watching together. Since we can do that,
it would be so cute if y'all both said the same.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
You got the email.
I don't know what you said.
Take us out.
Not the same answer. And also, my answer was from 2000. So I gotta pick again. You go first.
Okay. No, listen. Anything that Tom Hanks touched was gold.
True.
Okay. Did you say You've Got Mail?
Yeah, he said You Got Mail.
I love that movie.
But like that's like a romantic comedy. But then you go over to like Forrest Gump. Like, come on.
Pretty dark. That's kind of.
Yeah, but like
do you think Andrew,
All
do you
his
think that
movies are
was his
good.
son?
Yeah,
Do you think?
you can't go
do you
wrong
think?
with
Do you think that was his son at the end of the movie?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
He knows the answer. No, it wasn't.
I think the
You were
problem
dreaming.
is
You see the smile on his face? That's what he does.
Wait, you think that was his real life son?
That's not Forrest's son. I think that the reason why Jenny told Forrest that was his son because she knew that Forrest would take care of that kid
She was dying.
and give him unconditional love and wouldn't question if that was his son. And
I never even knew that was controversial.
what if his name was like Mark and she's like he's like, what's his name? She's like Forrest.
I think that she named him Forrest because it's like, she had him with somebody else and like the guy and like she probably don't even remember who the guy because this is Jenny we're talking about, right? It's like,
We ain't talking about Jenny from the block.
She probably didn't remember who the guy was, and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna name my son Forrest. I think that's what happened. Man.
You're opening up a pile of controversy here.
But because there's some people that think that that's his, and I'm just like, no, like it's not.
I like your theory. And then animation wise, I loved Goof Troop. Or a Goofy movie, sorry. The Goofy movie.
Well, both too. They both work.
Yep.
But yeah, Goofy movies in particular, that one stood out to me from the 90s.
Perfect
Fire.
Right.
Perfect.
It's so good.
Hey, we had Jason Marsden up here. We'll put in a word, be like, hey, our
Thanks.
boy Andrew.
I'll sing with him. I'll sing.
Oh, God.
Throwing fire, Trav.
That cuckoo came
What
back
song
for
was
you.
he singing? Trav, what song did he start singing?
It was a Live Wire song.
No.
Right?
No. It was the.
I should hurry.
What's the after today shall be mine?
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Like,
I'm gonna
Trav
sit
was-
on my butt.
Trav was turning red. Hey, he was turning red.
Ooh,
That's right.
Hey.
that's a
You
Disney
did
reference.
it on your All right, sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Nailing it. What about you?
don't apologize for that. That was
80s,
beautiful.
90s?
Okay, well, originally I said my favorite was The Grinch, but it is from 2000, but it just
Good
is
movie,
such a
though.
good movie.
That's a
The
good
Jim
movie.
Carrey one.
Jim Carrey,
Year round too. Year
Yes,
round.
exactly.
Good movie.
Jim Carrey just does
Another
no
one.
wrong. He
Is it
literally
your
does no
favorite
wrong.
Jim Carrey movie?
Mine,
Ooh.
Not mine.
not yours, but it is mine. I love The Grinch.
Truman Show.
Oh, true.
Truman
Oh,
Show
that
was
so
really
good.
good.
It's a toss
True.
up, man.
Eternal Sunshine.
Oh my,
that
yeah.
movie's
Wait,
so good too.
maybe it's not my favorite, but it is top.
My man
A
likes that
movie-
philosophical Jim.
Yeah.
A movie that a lot of people sleep on or probably never even seen was The Cable Guy.
Oh,
so
that's
good.
what I was like.
Everybody's
Man,
seen
that movie's
Cable
so
Guy.
good.
I mean,
Well, it
it's
got
a-
bad
it's a-
ratings.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
like
love
that.
Cable.
yeah, bro. I mean, everybody's probably seen it now, but back when it first came out, like, it's because it wasn't because Jim Carrey was playing. I mean, he was playing himself like the cuckoo guy, but he was a villain in the movie, which is something that
Yeah.
Talking about
People-
basketball?
this guy. Favorite Jim Carrey movie.
Thanks again,
I'm
everybody,
gonna
for
always
watching
go with
another
Ace
episode of
Ventura
Leveling Up
because
with Thanks. Make
that
sure
movie,
like,
your boy
follow,
Ray Finkel.
subscribe
I
to the
remember.
channel.
Uh-huh.
My
Podcast,
cousin,
we
for
got
some
that
odd
too.
reason,
Make
like
sure
he
you give
really
us a
thought that
thumbs
Ray
up
Finkel
and
was
hit
a
that
real
bell for
person.
further
Right.
episodes.
And whenever
Thanks
we
a
would
lot
play
to our
Madden
patrons.
back on the
And if you
64,
don't mind,
he would
join the
always
Patreon.
choose the Miami
We'll be having
Dolphins.
new
And he was
specials
like, I
coming
don't
up
understand
soon.
why Ray Finkel isn't up here. It's just like because he's not real.
He's
Because he's
So
he's not a
funny.
good kicker. Like, what's the problem?
That scene
That's
where
so
it's just
funny.
like all of the cops, like they were washing their mouths out, and oh man, it was funny. I that's my favorite Jim Carrey movie. Trav D.
Mhm.
Oh, it's The Mask all the way.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mask is a
So
It's
many
just-
good ones.
so
Jim
many good
Carrey,
ones. You can't go
again.
wrong. But you know,
Yeah.
it's always been The Mask for comedy, and then Truman Show for
Mm.
his, and the new season of his show. I think it's the final season. Just started up again too. I
Oh,
can't
really?
remember the name of it. Yeah, the
Kidding.
one on Showtime.
Kitty. Yes, there we go.
That's amazing. I didn't know that was up.
I'm running with the Grinch. I mean, we're not
Okay.
Yeah.
So good.
directed right now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
I
I mean, I could use any. I mean, it's Jim Carrey.
I mean,
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
even like, have you guys seen Sonic 2? I mean, like,
Haven't seen it yet.
We haven't.
oh,
We want to.
He killed it. He killed it again, man. He killed it in Sonic
Jim
1.
Carrey. Oh,
I mean,
The
I
first
hope-
one's so good.
Yeah, and the second one's even better.
The second one's way better.
Way better.
Wow.
Way better.
Yeah. And then wait until Sonic 3 comes out. No spoilers, but yeah, because you guys haven't seen it. But no, I guess, with all of the questions being answered, we are here at the end of the interview. So Andrew, Brina, thank you so much for joining us up here on a new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Before we let you go, let everybody know in social media land where they can find you guys.
You go first.
Okay. I'm everywhere as I'm Andrew Russell. Just I and the letter M, not I am. Gosh, it's so complex. And then you can find my VTuber as Iotis, IOTIS on Twitch.
And I am everywhere as Brenna Larsen, LARSEN.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hell
All right. And Trav, let them know where they can find you at in social media.
That's right. I'm on the Instagram at ZK Audio. I'm on the Twitter at TRAVIOSCK. I can't even spell my own name.
You got it. You recovered again.
That's right. I'm also on Letterboxd, ranking and rating my daily movie watches.
My cat just scared herself looking in the mirror.
Oh.
Who? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about me. Damn.
He did the air running.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
With the little
Just
Yeah,
like
cartoon sound.
I was thinking
Hanna-Barbera
cartoons too. Deep.
Now, how do I do this? Because usually if it's a guy, hit the
screen.
dot. Yeah, but then if it's a female guest, it's .com. So should I?
In the middle.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Over here. I'm down
I'm not
here.
talking about Jimmy Eat World neither.
All right. So you can find me at rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com.
No, you should have screamed with the dot and then lower your voice
like
with the com.
rebellious_D. Look, I'm not. I can't. I only got one in the chamber, so
Do it.
thanks.
Do it.
All right, here we go. You can find me at rebellious_D23 at Instagram.
Yes.
That's for couples.
Amazing.
Yes. And Banks, if they need a hero, where can they find one?
You can find me at Hero Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg, Brenna, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Thank you, everybody, for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more of our interviews that we have here on the channel, along with our reviews and reaction videos. Check out our podcast where we have brand new episodes every Tuesday. The link is down below in the description. And then the video of that interview is up here on YouTube on Friday. That being said, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.